Alrighty, good morning everybody. We're here on a new job site. It's a small job today, but we actually have two jobs in the same neighborhood, so it worked out kind of nice. Timmy's bringing in some concrete poles because we are going to be pouring this today. Just a little one day. We're going to dig this out, throw it in my trailer, and then they do have an existing drain line Luis just pulled out. We're going to bring that all the way down to the city gutter and core a hole right here. But yeah, not too much going on this project, just a little bit of concrete action. We're also going to fill this little square up with some more concrete, but other than that, that's really all that's going on this job. Oh, and we are going to be doing a vinyl fence. It's going to be a property dividing vinyl fence, and it's going right along here. Yeah, because basically we need to dig post hole footings along this edge for the vinyl post. But you can see that drain right there. It's going to be right in the way of all of our vinyl posts. But we'll figure something out. We'll probably either dig it down or 90 it out of the way. I think Timmy has the vinyl though. Let's go check out it. Only 3-foot vinyl. Got the vinyl and then a little bit of concrete for the post.
Hey guys, what is going on? It is Tyler or Odell here with Odell Complete Concrete. And like I had mentioned, we're just doing this little concrete slab addition here. We have the core hole guy out here for the drain line we're going to be sending through the city curb. He actually has a special tool, as you can see there. It's hooked up to a hose, and basically it drills right underneath these slabs, and it gets right through the dirt really easily instead of trying to poke at it with a shovel underneath those city sidewalks or whatever. He makes it really easy, so that's why I like to bring him in. And then he also has this 3-inch coring machine that'll core right through the curb in a hurry. So instead of buying little bits for our rotary hammer to try to drill out these 3-inch holes, having him come out here and do it saves us a lot of time, a lot of money and labor cost. He just uses his truck tire and he backs up right up against that tool, and then he uses that as leverage to push into the curb basically. So yeah, we're doing this old school style. We're just removing some of this dirt here with a shovel and picks. It's a little rooty, but we're getting it out and then just wheeling it into my dump trailer. But yeah, just like that, we sent that 3-inch drain line through the city sidewalk and into the gutter. So that made it really easy for us. And that was the most difficult thing on this job really, because everything else is pretty much a walk in the park at this point. As you can see, we got Shane here, Junior, Luis, and Enrique. And of course myself and my brother. But all in one day. We got this whole project done in one day. We were able to demo it out, get the drain installed, install the vinyl fence, and then pour out all of the concrete. But you can see how much roots are coming up out of here. It's mostly just roots really. I don't know, maybe they had some type of big garden system in this section at one point, or maybe just a tree or some type of bush that had these crazy roots. But yeah, they were all over the place in this little pocket here. So now we're converting this 4-inch drain line down to a 3-inch drain line with a little reducer from that point to the gutter. And then we're digging it down more because it was way too high. This is kind of where whoever had installed this drain line in the past left it. They kind of just popped it up right here, and then the water would just flow out into this dirt area, I guess. And that's how they had the drain system for however long. But I know this controls all of the drains in this homeowner's backyard, so a lot of water would come out here when it would be raining. So we definitely wanted to make sure that we took care of this and made sure it all went out to the city gutter here. So yeah, we just dug it down a little bit, and then we're gonna get our footings in right next to that drain line. Actually, it's kind of tight here because of how the drain line was placed, but we made it work, and we just wanted to make sure we weren't encasing the drain in concrete as well when we did these footings. It was kind of hard not to. So for this vinyl, basically we just set up one end of it, set it up, make sure it's plumb, set it into concrete, and then we'll go down to the far other side and set one. So we have our end-to-end post set up, and then we'll go ahead and pull a string line from that post to this post, the near post, and then we can install the rest of the posts in between, because I think we did like every 5 feet we did a post. So that basically just helps us make sure we're straight, having the 2 end posts set first, let it get hard, and then pull a string line, and then we can get the rest of our posts installed perfectly. So yeah, we got the concrete truck here now. We're just going to be tailgating this, and obviously there's no need for a pump here, especially with the amount of guys we got on this little job. So we're just tailgate it in, throw it in with the shovels, spread it out where it needs to be, and then rod it back. And the homeowner was on a real tight budget here, so I know you guys are probably thinking, where the heck's the rebar at? But he was trying to save any penny he could, and he suggested no rebar, and I told him it's probably not the best idea, but he wanted to do it like that, so that's what we did. Forgot how many yards this was. I think it was maybe like 3 yards max. But we did pour it, a little thicker than regular, maybe 4.5 inches. Yeah, hopefully it's been holding up good. I mean, this job was actually done a few months ago, but he hasn't called back or anything, so I'm assuming it's held up well. So we got it all laid down, we rodded it out, and now I'm just hitting it with the 4-foot wide wooden bull float, making sure there's no holes or low spots, and if there is any, we can go ahead and fill them up with any extra concrete we have at this time. Now Enrique is using the 12-inch wide walking edger, 1/2-inch radius, to go ahead and edge all of the edges of the slab basically, on the neighbor side as well as the homeowner side. Now Enrique is hitting it with the funny trowel. So on something like this where it's this small, you really don't even need to go out there on your hands and knees, your sliders. You could basically hit everything with a funny float and a funny trowel, and give it some time to breathe, and then hit it with the broom finish. However, I do think we did go out on this with the sliders one time, but I mean, if you were doing this DIY, you wouldn't really need to do that. You could just do it with the pole, with the funny trowel, and it'd be good enough. And we did add one joint right in the middle of the slab. You can see there was a crack on the existing driveway of the homeowner. So we knew if we didn't put a joint in right where it had already cracked, that crack was just going to continue and follow through on our new slab, and we didn't want that to happen. So we added a joint there, and that should prevent any cracking really. And as this concrete is setting, we're also double checking our vinyl posts, making sure that they haven't gone out of plumb or out of level. So we keep constantly going back with our 2-foot, 3-foot levels and checking all of them, making sure they're still all straight and plumb and everything. And then if they are a little out of plumb, we'll just kind of bang them around a little bit until they're good and let that concrete get hard around them. So Enrique is basically catching everything from the edge here. He doesn't really have to go out, he's just hitting all the edges, giving it the final pass. And then I'm gonna come through and hit it with a real nice broom finish. And of course on this job we're gonna be using the world famous 50% horsehair, 50% nylon concrete broom. And there she is in action, working her magic. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll be seeing you on the next one. Bye.